On the Leviticus book in the Bible. Of course, always, before hearing the Lord's word, do pray and ask that the Holy Spirit give you discernment of understanding, what it is that you're hearing and or reading. Faith comes by hearing, okay? So, So I'll go ahead and read this chapter, and then I'll make some other comments, okay? All right. So chapter 25 is where we left off in Leviticus, and this has to do with the Sabbath of the seventh year, the Jubilee of oppression, a blessing of obedience, redeeming servants. Okay. And the Lord spoke unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather the fruit thereof. But in the seventh year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. And I sorry to stop right here, but I do believe that our farmers follow this, and they let their land lay fallow so that it will rejuvenate, and rest, have a rest period. Okay, verse 5. That which groweth of its own accord of thy harvest thou shalt not reap, neither gather the grapes of the vine undress, for it is a year of rest unto the land. And the Sabbath of the land shall be meat for you, for thee, and for thy servants, and for thy maid, and for thy hired servant, and for thy stranger or sojourner with thee, and for the cattle and the beasts that are in the land shall all increase thereof be meat. And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of years unto thee, 7 times 7 years, and the space of 7 Sabbaths of years shall be unto thee 49 years. Then thou shalt cause the trumpet of the Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month, in the day of atonement, shall ye make a trumpet sound throughout all your land. And you shall hallow the 50th year, and proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto you, and you shall return every man to his possession, and you shall return every man unto his family. A jubilee shall thy 50th year be unto you, and ye shall not sow, neither reap, which groweth of itself in it, nor gather the grapes in it, or thy vine undress. For it is the Jubilee, and it shall be holy unto you, and you shall eat and increase thereof out of the field. In the year of this Jubilee ye shall return every man unto his possession. And if thou sell aught unto thy neighbor, or buyest aught of thy neighbor's hand, you shall not oppress one another. According to the number of years after the Jubilee, thou shalt buy of thy neighbor, and according unto the number of years of the fruits he shall sell unto thee. According to the multitude of years thou shalt increase the price thereof, and according to the fewness of years thou shalt diminish the price of it. According to the number of the years of the fruits doeth he sell unto thee. You shall not therefore oppress one another, but thou shalt fear thy God, for I am the Lord your God. Wherefore ye shall do my statutes, and keep my judgments, and do them, and ye shall dwell in the land in safety. And the land shall yield her fruit, and you shall eat your fill, and dwell therein in safety. And if ye shall say, What shall we eat the 7th year? Well, behold, we shall not sow nor gather in our increase. I will command my blessing upon you in the 6th year, and it shall bring forth fruit for 3 years. And you shall sow it the 8th year, and eat yet of old fruit until the 9th year. Until her fruits come in, ye shall eat of the old store. The land shall not be sold forever. The land is mine, and for you are strangers and sojourners with me. And in all the land of your possession you shall grant a redemption for the land. If thy brother be waxen poor, and hath sold away some of his possession, and if any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem that which his brother sold. And if the man hath none to redeem it, and himself be able to redeem it, then let him count the years of the sale thereof, and restore the overplus unto the man to whom he sold it, that he may return to his possession. But if he not be able to restore it to him, then that which is sold shall remain in the hand of him that had bought it until the year of the Jubilee. And in the Jubilee it shall go out, and he shall return unto his possession. If a man sell a dwelling in a walled city, then he may redeem it within a whole year after it is sold. Within a full year may he redeem it. If it be not redeemed within the space of a full year, then the house that is in the walled city shall be established forever to him that bought it. Throughout his generations it shall not go out in the Jubilee. But the houses of the villages which have no wall around about them shall be counted. Sorry, hang on one second. I just got a really bad itch. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let me start again. Okay, shall not go out in the Jubilee. Verse 31. But the houses of the village which have no wall around them shall be counted as the fields of the country. They shall be redeemed, and they shall go out in the Jubilee. Notwithstanding, the cities of the Levites and the houses of the cities of their possession may the Levites redeem at any time. If a man purchases of the Levites, then the house that was sold and the city of his possessions shall go out in the year of the Jubilee. For the houses of the cities of the Levites are their possession among the children of Israel. But the field of the suburbs of their cities may not be sold, for it is their perpetual possession. If thy brother be waxen poor and fallen in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with thee. Take thou no usury of him or increase, but fear thy God, for thy brother may live with thee. Thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, or lend him any victuals for increase. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, to give you the land of Canaan, and to be your God. And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant, but as a hired servant, and as a sojourner he shall be with thee, and shall serve thee until the year of the Jubilee. And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, and to the possessions of his fathers shall he return. For they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt, that they shall not be sold as bondsmen. They shall not rule over him with rigor, but shall fear thy God. Both thy bondsman and thy bondsmaid, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. For them shall ye buy bondsmen and bondsmaids. Moreover, the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begot in that land, and they shall be your possession. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondsmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, you shall not rule one another over another with rigor. And if a sojourner or and if a sojourner or a stranger wax rich by thee, thy brother that dwelleth by him wax poor, and sell himself into the stranger or sojourner by thee, or to the stock of the stranger's family. After that he is sold, he may be redeemed again. One of his brethren may redeem him. Either his uncle or his uncle's son may redeem him, or any that is nigh of kin unto him of his family may redeem him, or if he be able, he may be redeemed himself. And if he shall reckon with him that bought him from the year that he was sold to him unto the year of the Jubilee, and the price of the sale shall be according unto the number of years, according to the time of a hired servant shall it be with him. And if there be yet many years behind, according unto him that shall give again the price of his redemption out of the money he was bought for. And if there remain but a few years unto the year of the Jubilee, then he shall count with him, and according unto his years shall give him again the price of his redemption. And the yearly hired servant, shall be with him, and the other shall not rule with rigor over him in thy sight. And if he be not redeemed in these years, then he shall go out in the year of the Jubilee, both he and his children with him. For unto me the children of Israel are servants. They are my servants, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. That was a long chapter, so I'm going to stop there. And praise God. So wouldn't that be great if we had that now? We wouldn't have this, $20 trillion deficit that we have, right? If people would have adhered to God's, I really believe that America was given to all of us by God. All of our whole world was given to us by God, But this, of course, was special. God took them out of the land of Egypt and brought them into the land of Canaan. And, as far as the eye could see, it was their land. It was, going to be theirs. And that's why that whole area of Israel and parts of, I think all the way down to Egypt, all the way up to practically up to Turkey, pretty much was all the land that God gave to the Israelites. But now, of course, it's shrunk down quite a bit. And I also realized that Google doesn't even have Palestine on its maps anymore. This world is really, every day it just seems like it's getting worse and worse. All this stuff going on with Hillary. I mean, the woman is sick. She has